What's up, party people? This is a video I wanted to do about that Houston botched raid. I have a lot of videos on it. I don't know if I'm going to try to get it all in this video or if I'm going to do a part 2. I might just do a part 2. But just getting into it, this is about the botched raid in Houston. All right. Starting out, there was a no-knock warrant, and keep that in mind. It was a no-knock warrant issued for a house in Houston for the homeowners of a Dennis Tuttle and a Regina Nicholas. Dennis Tuttle was 59, Regina was 58. And the cops issued this no-knock warrant and went busting into the house, and they ended up having a firefight. 4 of the 5 cops were injured. The family dog was killed, as well as the 2 homeowners. They were both killed. Now, from video that I've been able to see, or news segments I've been able to see, there's some eyewitness accounts saying that Dennis Tuttle could be heard moaning inside the house. So after the gunshots, the 5 officers, or the 4 or 5 officers, were rushed to the hospital and received immediate medical attention. But from eyewitness accounts, the homeowner, Dennis Tuttle, could be heard inside the house moaning. But unfortunately, he died on the scene. Now, the thing that makes this story newsworthy is because Officer Goins, who wrote the affidavit to get the no-knock warrant, lied and said drugs were being purchased from the house. And then come to find out that the informant that he said bought drugs from the house don't exist. Matter of fact, he named 2 informants that bought drugs from the house. After an internal investigation, neither one of those informants exist. And not only do they not exist, there is no police officer in the Houston PD with informants saying that they ever bought drugs from this house. All right. So right now, I'm gonna give you some video of the initial night and what the chief of police said about the incident.
Narcotics Group 15 of the Houston Police Department, who's working an investigation involving the sales of narcotics out of a residence in the 7800 block of Hardy Street, responded to Hardy Street as a team of about a dozen narcotics officers and about a half a dozen patrol officers from the East Side Division. The patrol officers were there to provide support and obviously to provide the uniform presence for this operation. Shortly before 5 o'clock, the narcotics officers attempted to serve a search warrant on a location at 7800 Hardy Street. They announced themselves as Houston police officers while simultaneously breaching the front door of the residence. And while the police car, the marked police unit with uniform members as well as the police officers or the police guard also hit the siren to make sure everybody can hit the lights so they knew the police officers were there.
Now, let me repeat. It was a no-knock warrant issued. So, for those that don't know what a no-knock warrant is, it's exactly what it says. That means that the authorities don't have to give any type of indicator or any type of warning whatsoever before they go busting into your living room. So him sitting up there saying that they cut on the sirens and they announced that they were police, it was a no-knock warrant. So that's misinformation right there. Secondly, how it says 5 officers shot, 1 suspect dead. Like I said, it goes back and forth between 4 or 5 officers injured. but it was 2 suspects dead along with their dog. So why they have 1 suspect dead, I have no idea. All right. Now, once they found out that after they raided the house and killed these 2 homeowners, once again, I'm getting conflicting reports, because one report is saying there was no drugs found in the house. I have another report saying there was marijuana and heroin found in the house. Then I have another report saying that it was just 1 bag of marijuana found in the house. Now, mind you, as of right now, from the internal investigation, the only heroin that has been found are the 2 bags of heroin that was in Officer Goins' patrol car. Yep, you heard me right. The 2 bags of heroin that they tested saying that came from this house was actually purchased by Officer Goins from one of his other informants and was found in his patrol car. Okay. Now, as far as I've known and kept up with this story, that's the only heroin they found. All right. Let me go on to the ramifications. Now, this is what they started saying after the internal investigation started.
Channel 2 investigators were the first to uncover an affidavit on Friday that appears to reveal a flawed investigation. And tonight our investigation continues with a look at how this story has changed over the past few weeks. Leading off our team coverage tonight, Channel 2 investigator Mario Diaz, live in our newsroom. Mario?
Bill, that affidavit is a sworn statement by an HPD investigator. It reveals a changing storyline, which on a bigger scope has been a consistent theme in this investigation.
From day one, when I joined this police department, I told my people that if you lie, you die.
Houston Police Chief Art Acevedo last Friday afternoon stressing the importance of truth following the bombshell report by Channel 2 Investigates showing narcotics officers lied before and after the drug raid that resulted in the deaths of Dennis Tuttle and his wife Regina.
Thus far, it appears that there are some material untruths or lies in that affidavit, and that's a problem.
The problems began on the night of the raid, January 28th.
They announced themselves as Houston police officers while simultaneously breaching the front door of the residence.
We later learned the warrant requested by officers was a no-knock warrant. The reason?
Narcotics activity was going on in that residence, specifically the sale of black tar heroin.
The warrant alleged the people inside were drug dealers armed with semi-automatic handguns, a claim Acevedo repeated on the night of the raid.
Semi-automatic is all I have. I don't have anything other than semi-automatic.
Not true. The next morning, Acevedo backpedaled, reporting no handguns at the scene, listing only rifles and shotguns. At the same news conference, the chief announced
we actually bought black tar heroin at that location.
Not true again. 2 days later, the chief said this.
Our number one goal is always to find out the good, the bad, the ugly, and to be transparent.
The ugly has come out. To HPD's credit, the Special Investigations Unit exposed the lies. Lies that have tarnished the HPD. Why should Houstonians tonight not
be? Now, as a result of the Houston's internal investigation, 2 officers, Officers Goins and Officers Bryant, have been relieved of duty and are now being investigated. They're looking at their cell phone records, and some more information came out about Officer Goins. Matter of fact, I'll just let you see it.
Document regarding the officer at the center of HPD's deadly drug raid investigation. It reveals the veteran officer's past work complaints, which add up to the double digits. Channel 2's Joel Eisenbaum, the only reporter with that document tonight. He joins us live from the newsroom. Joel?
Dominique, I'll tell you what, you are right. That employee complaint history does not paint a pretty picture. Of course, nobody is perfect, but I can tell you this. If you go by that document we obtained, there appears to be a decades-long pattern here of problems. Channel 2 Investigates got a hold of it. It's a single page that tells the tale of an alarming law enforcement career. We're trying to figure out how you make such a long career running into so much trouble. This is unheard of. I mean, it's just absolutely unheard of. I've never heard of this short of fiction. The police officer in charge of January's botched deadly drug raid has been in so many scrapes, in so much trouble. It's hard to fathom how HPD allowed Officer Gerald Goins to keep going year after year.
So when I heard about it, I was like, man, that's good. I'm glad, justice is finally getting served because he needed that karma.
That's the voice of Kelly Johnson. In 2013, Johnson was arrested and charged with aggravated assault after a road rage incident. Goins swore Johnson flashed a gun. Uniform officers never find a gun. That's correct. Goins had Johnson arrested anyway, but defense attorney Chevo Pastrano had the foresight to look into Goins, and in 2013, HPD was forced to hand over Goins' complaint history. From 1987 to 2011, 10 sustained allegations of wrongdoing, problems with behavior, misconduct, court attendance, improper police procedure, and this is just the stuff that stuck. Is Goins somebody who should be on the Houston Police Department right now? I did not believe so in 2013, and I don't believe so now either.
So, before any of y'all start on me about, oh, you're just a cop basher, oh, you just don't like cops, I have said numerous times, I have nothing against cops. I respect cops. I respect cops that do their job and go home to their families at the end of the day. Not cops that commit crimes when they're supposed to be the law abiders. Not cops that use their authority to bully or to intimidate. I'm not a big fan of those cops. Not at all. And especially cops that commit this type of misconduct. Because of Officer Goins' lie, he put his fellow officers in danger. That whole raid went down, and those 5 officers were injured based off of Officer Goins' lie in his pursuit of that affidavit for the no-knock warrant. If he never lied to get that no-knock warrant, those officers would have never been put in that type of danger. They'd be perfectly fine right now, God willing. But this shootout that ended up happening wouldn't have happened. These 2 homeowners would be alive, their dog would be alive, and these 5 officers wouldn't be injured. But it was because of the misconduct of this officer who put his fellow officers in danger. That's the problem. That's the thing I'm saying, that there has to be a much tighter oversight over our authorities to keep this type of stuff from becoming a regular news event. Like, even though they're not talking about this on the mainstream media a lot, this is mostly local news, but it's a reoccurring thing. It's happening more and more. Now, like I said, Officer Goins and another Officer Bryant, the reason Officer Bryant is involved, because he was the one that tested the heroin. But he failed to mention that the heroin he tested didn't come from the house. It came from Officer Goins' squad car. So Officer Bryant was relieved of duty. Officer Goins is relieved of duty. Like I said, they did an internal investigation into both these officers. They're checking their cell phone records. And now the FBI is getting involved. Which I'll show you right here.
that has put the Houston Police Department under a microscope. The biggest headline, the FBI is opening a civil rights investigation into HPD's actions.
Another important development, the DA is now reviewing more than 1,400 cases handled by the officer accused of fabricating the warrant that led to the raid. 27 of those cases are active.
It is Officer Gerald Goins at the center of all of this. Our Channel 2 Investigates team has been poring over his personnel records, and now his alleged actions will also be scrutinized by federal agents. Channel 2's Mario Diaz live downtown where Houston's mayor and top cop both spoke today. Mario?
Dominique Keith, the mayor came out and said that he wants to get to the bottom of all this. He wants the truth to emerge. He also reminded everyone that 99% of the police officers in this city do a fantastic job. But it was Acevedo who had to address the tough questions on this day and ultimately revealed the biggest surprise that really changed the course of this investigation. Last night we met with Special Agent Turner and his part of his team at headquarters, and I am very pleased that based on our findings today, they have opened a formal civil rights investigation into the actions of the officers involved so far, and today he actually delivered the letter on that, and we welcome that. A federal thunderbolt rocks City Hall this afternoon. The FBI now investigating possible civil rights violations by Houston police officers in the deaths of Dennis Tuttle and his wife Regina. What role will the HPD now have in this investigation? Will you have to step back and allow the feds to take complete control of this? No, as a matter of fact, the FBI and Department of Justice is not interested in taking complete control. Acevedo says it's because his own Special Investigations Unit has already uncovered plenty of evidence. This said, the FBI will operate on their own. And so what will happen is that the FBI will do collaborative investigations independent. However, we'll actually have to work with them because we'll provide them information and some of our evidence. Conversations to provide evidence have started, as well as a new HPD policy covering no-knock search warrants. Effective immediately prior to seeking judicial approval for a no-knock search warrant, the chief of police or his designee must review and approve the request. A federal investigation and a change.
Now, out of all this, unfortunately, these two people died. Unfortunately, these cops were injured. But at least they realize the dangers of no-knock warrants. Because with the Second Amendment and everybody having the right to protect their household and to carry guns, with a no-knock warrant, you just have people busting into your house. You don't know who these people are. All of a sudden, you're hearing things breaking, a bunch of loud noise, and people just rushing into your house. So if you have your firearm near you, you are going to grab your firearm and try to defend your property or yourself, which, of course, is going to spark a shootout. So it never made sense to me, the no-knock warrant. Like, I understand you want to catch the criminal by surprise, but it puts the police officers, if you're so worried about the police officers' lives, why do you constantly put them in that type of extended danger? So at least he's trying to get rid of the no-knock warrants. But the only other thing that I want to point out is, you see how much they talked about investigations. Now, this little dude right here, the mayor, watch how he tried to be slick.
Several major developments tonight in the investigation into a deadly drug raid that has the Houston Police Department being closely scrutinized.
Three big headlines, the first of which came out during a news conference earlier today. The FBI opening a civil rights investigation into HPD's actions. Also today, the DA now reviewing more than 1,400 cases handled by the officer accused of fabricating the warrant that led to that raid.
That officer, Gerald Goins, we've also learned has been relieved of duty. We have team coverage of the story tonight, beginning with Mario Diaz in the newsroom. Mario, Channel 2 Investigates has been at the forefront of each breaking development in this case.
That's right, Keith. But Keith, and today is one of those days that a mayor dreads, especially in an election year, a day in which the FBI announces they are opening a civil rights investigation into your police department all over what took place at the home of Las month's deadly raid.
The facts and the storyline being put out by the HPD early on, sir, has shifted to where we are today. And as a result, the FBI is now investigating the civil rights.
No, that's not the case.
So why is the FBI investigating, sir?
Houston Mayor Sylvester Turner not wanting to admit the FBI is investigating his police department. This after Chief Art Acevedo announced,
I am very pleased that based on our findings to date, they have opened a formal civil rights investigation into the actions of the officers involved so far.
the mayor says it is not an investigation because
Law enforcement work collaboratively, and we've always had a solid working relationship with the FBI.
the FBI is an independent agency investigating the HPD over civil rights violations in the botched raid that killed Dennis Tuttle and his wife Regina.
What will happen is that the FBI will do a collaborative investigation. It's independent.
I wanted all eyes looking at this investigation.
The chief said there's an investigation, sir.
Yes.
So why is the FBI investigating?
HPD and the FBI, along with the Harris County District Attorney's Office, are all working to get to the bottom of what happened.
Last Friday, Channel 2
In other words, they're investigating. It's an investigation. He's sitting up there talking about, oh, they're collaborating. They ain't dropping a mixtape, dog. They ain't putting out a duet. They're investigating. It's a collaboration into an investigation, man. I'm sorry, y'all, but that part just cracked me up. I don't mean to be laughing about this, but that part just cracked me up. But that's where the case is at now. I'll keep on top of it for any of those that are interested and see what ends up, because we all know he might see some jail time. 9 times out of 10, he'll just be relieved of duty and probably just go work in some other police department in another county or in another state. I don't know. We'll see. But that's it. That's all I have for y'all right now. Like I said, I ain't even want the video to be this long, but I had a lot of video to show y'all. And let me know down in the comments what y'all think about this case. Until next time, y'all be blessed, be safe. One.